business intelligence on operations, vehicle maintenance, regulations, and information technology you need to stay ahead. But that's not all. With its monthly print publication, daily and weekly email newsletters, and a website updated several times a day, Fleet Owner has all the latest news and information delivered to you when you want it and where you want it. From industry experts to award-winning writers and columnists, Fleet Owner is the #1 source for trucking information in North America. Remember to visit fleetowner.com every day for the latest industry news. You can also sign up to receive Newsline, their free email newsletter, and subscribe to Fleet Owner magazine. Visit fleetowner.com. Fleet Owner, for news you can use. The St. Christopher Truckers Relief Fund is excited to once again offer its diabetes prevention program, Driving Down Diabetes. This free CDC-approved year-long program begins January 9th, 2023, with live webinars focusing on nutrition, movement, stress management, sleep, and more. Sponsored by Southern Recipe, this program is for those at risk, not already diagnosed with diabetes. Go to truckersfund.org, take the risk assessment located under the Health and Wellness tab, and sign up today. WLYAM, the home of the Ben Shapiro Show, and heard on 95.1 HD3 FM, Montgomery, the Trios media station.
This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Deborah Rodriguez. Hazmat crews are on the scene in Gaithersburg, Maryland, after a single-engine plane got tangled in high-voltage power lines last night, stranding the pilot and passenger for 7 hours. The accident knocked out power to tens of thousands of customers and forced schools to close today. Montgomery County Fire Chief Scott Goldstein.
The plane needs to be secured, removed, and the power lines need to be restrung and reconnected.
The pilot and passenger are in serious condition, the FAA and the NTSB both investigating. There's a water emergency in Houston after a problem at a purification plant. CBS's Tom Foti has the details.
Houston hopes to lift its precautions tomorrow, but public schools are closed today, and people are being urged to boil their water. The problem is lower pressure than ideal. City Water Director Yvonne Williams-Forrest.
The boil water notice is out of an abundance of caution because the system lost pressure below the regulatory requirement.
The city is also getting help from the state of Texas.
It took 8 hours for that boil water advisory to be issued. This is Cyber Monday, and security experts are warning scammers are out in full force. Tony Ascom's recommendation?
I'd always purchase from a reputable retailer, probably someone that I've purchased from before, or certainly from a brand that I know.
Retail analysts expect sales to be up more than 5% over last year, with some of that increase reflecting inflation. Rare protests in the streets of China. President Xi is facing a wave of public anger over his zero COVID policy. Correspondent Elizabeth Palmer is at the foreign desk.
The protests in Shanghai and other cities were sparked by a tragedy thousands of miles away in Xinjiang, western China. 10 people burned to death in an apartment fire last week. A furious crowd gathered around local government offices, convinced that COVID restrictions had stopped the fire engines from reaching the blaze.
There's new hope for warding off a possible flu pandemic. CBS's Michael George has the details.
Scientists at the University of Pennsylvania tested a vaccine made from all known influenza subtypes, using the same mRNA technology as the Pfizer and Moderna COVID vaccines. The study shows the vaccine triggers a quick memory immune response that can adapt to new viral strains.
Don't call it monkeypox anymore. The World Health Organization says it's phasing out the term in favor of mpox as a synonym for the disease to avoid stigmatism.
So you're going to worry about stigmatism than the disease. Yeah, that makes sense. Boy, what a bunch of idiots we got running in America today.
Visit libertymutual.com to learn more.
This Black Friday, Dell's Cyber Monday event starts now. Deals on powerful business tech. The savings start now with up to 50% off on select business PCs powered by 12-gen Intel Core processors. Don't forget special pricing on the latest monitoring stocks and accessories, plus free shipping on everything, and special financing with Dell Business Credit. Call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL for Cyber Monday deals. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
This week at Staples, save 60% on. Thanks for your business this year. Save 60% on. Save 60% on.
You are cordially invited.
Right now at Staples, you can save 60% on custom printed holiday cards and invitations. So you can say thanks for a great year. Happy holidays. Or come on over. All for less. For everything you need printed this holiday, go to Staples. The working and learning store. In-store and online. One-stop free. Exclusions and restrictions apply.
There's more fight over some haute couture toys. Balenciaga has apologized and taken down a controversial ad featuring children posing with teddy bears in bondage gear. Court documents on a famous child porn case were also snuck into the background. Kim Kardashian has worked with the fashion house for years, and following backlash for her silence, finally responded. In a series of tweets last night, the reality star says she was disturbed by the images, but wanted to speak with Balenciaga's team and understand how this could have happened. The company has echoed her outrage and sued the people who organized the campaign. Monica Ricks, CBS News. A Florida woman is suing Kraft Heinz over a quickie meal offering. Amanda Ramirez says the company's claim Velveeta's microwavable mac and cheese cups take a mere 3.5 minutes to make is false. She says that only accounts for the actual heating time and not the steps leading up to it. She's seeking $5 million. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Nobody asked you. She and I are in here having a conversation. Still not talking to you, Kevin.
But over time, they find that treating our nose makes us feel our body. Over 3 million providers report about 100,000 users having 4.7 spikes saying the best product I've ever used. And some things I thought I tried. But also, these things that have a sleep or scoreless. Devices with personalized speaking for confused and love. At Walmart, walk and see it right inside the With all that coffee, past weeks, we know. The holidays are here. Achieve gifting great sweet gifting.
I know. Where are you trying?
Tender and delicious Omaha steaks. The steak experts at Omaha Steaks have put together special gift packages to help take the guesswork out of gifting. Make you a holiday hero. Go to omahasteaks.com and use the code and check out to get $30 off your order. Send an assortment of non-wiring favorites, guaranteed to impress, like the legendary Butcher's Cut filet mignon, air-chilled boneless chicken, juicy burgers, and even easy to prepare comfort meals that are ready in a flash. Omaha Steaks is ready to ship your order right away, so shop early and beat the shipping rush. Go to omahasteaks.com and use promo code QUALITY at checkout.
Well, that's true. And I probably know that more too. I just forgot it.
Every unforgettable fight. Order with complete confidence today, knowing you're ordering the very best. Visit omahasteaks.com, use promo code QUALITY at checkout and you'll get that extra $30 off your order. Order when you require.
So, you think you can sell impressions too? Boy, do we have a job for you. Cumulus Media is looking for a great digital sales manager. We offer full-time positions with great benefits and opportunities in media, digital sales, a fun working environment, and all the impressions you could probably think about selling in the industry, on air, and online.
Hearing the songs you love on local radio with no subscriptions and no monthly fees. But there's a new bill in Congress that could stop the music. If passed, this bill would tax your local.
It could stop the music.
To play the music you love. Text local to 52886 and ask Congress to support local radio stations. Help us keep you connected to the music, local news, weather, and traffic that you need each day. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
You're worried about the economy. Inflation's high. Your paycheck doesn't cover as much as it used to. And we live under the threat of a looming recession. And sure, you're doing okay, but you could be doing better.
The Afford Anything podcast explains the economy and the market, detailing how to make wise choices on the way you spend and invest.
Afford Anything talks about how to avoid common pitfalls, how to refine your mental model, and how to think about how to think.
Make smarter choices and build a better life.
Afford Anything, wherever you listen.
Telling it like it really is. It's the Dan Bongino Show, weekdays from 11 to 2 on News Radio 1440. Your WSFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Blindster.com. Want to save 50% on new blinds? Blindster offers custom-made blinds, shades, and shutters shipped to you at prices less than big box retailers. And right now, save 50% off any order during Blindster's Cyber Monday sale. Hurry, sale ends December 1st. Blindster.com.
Ample sunshine for your Monday, and the wind will be much, much lighter than it was yesterday. Temperatures up to about 66 degrees. A really nice start to the work week here. Heading into tonight, we are quiet, lows in the mid to upper 40s. And Tuesday, things will start to change. We'll have some afternoon and evening scattered showers, a few thunderstorms. Some of the storms could be strong, but our main threat of rain comes Tuesday night into the first half of Wednesday. Some storms mixed in, and there is a level 1 risk of a few severe storms. That's your First Alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Right now, things are looking good. Nothing's being reported by the authorities that would send you on an alternate route. Finishing up a minor accident West Boulevard at Smiley Court there at Cook Food Plant, so be advised if you're heading in that direction. Outside of that, we're clear. Christmas shopping is here at Premier Place. Shop Cato Fashion, Sally Beauty, Professional Nails and Spa, America's Best Contacts and Eyeglasses, and more. Premier Place in Prattville, another great McClinton and Company development. Buckle up, it's the law for Montgomery Skywatch traffic. This is Major Delay.
Good morning, I'm Jasmine Williams with WSFA 12 News. Here's what's happening this Monday. This morning, first responders are reminding drivers about the state's move over law. This reminder comes after a shorter volunteer fire department truck was hit while responding to an accident on I-85 Wednesday. Alabama's move over law requires motorists to move out of the lane closest to an emergency vehicle. A Montgomery High School student has been given the opportunity of a lifetime to perform at Carnegie Hall in New York. Now a junior at Booker T. Washington Magnet High School, Kaylin Miles auditioned for the spot, and out of 10,000 applicants, she was selected. Mark your calendars for December 9th for the WSFA 12 News annual 12th Day of Giving. We'll be collecting food, money, and toys for the Montgomery Area Food Bank, Toys for Tots, and Christmas Clearinghouse. Come see us December 9th at Renfrew's Market at East Chase. I'm Jasmine Williams, and these are your morning headlines.
PeopleLikeGovernment.com. Have you heard? A recent stash of 1904 Morgan silver dollar coins has been found. These gorgeous 1904 silver dollar coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck. This is a key date for silver dollar collectors, and only a limited quantity are available. Coin experts are calling this an amazing opportunity for anyone interested in silver coins. Just call government at 1-800-386-7195, and you are guaranteed a mint condition 1904 Morgan silver dollar featuring the iconic O mint mark of the New Orleans Mint. A final year of production, but with limited quantity, you must call now. These 1904 silver coins are still in uncirculated condition. That is 117 years of history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-800-386-7195. Call now and you'll receive a free American Coin Collector's Bonus Package, a $25 value, free with every order. Call 1-800-386-7195 now to secure your 1904 Morgan silver dollars before they sell out. That's 1-800-386-7195.
Men, are you asking yourself questions like, why am I gaining fat? Why is my energy or sex drive down? And maybe you haven't been getting the exercise you need. If you want to get back to the man you used to be, but just don't have that youthful energy, that edge you once had, you very well might have low testosterone. Low T causes all kinds of issues, from a reduced libido, lower drive, and bad sleep patterns, to problems with muscle gain and bone density, and more. It may even contribute to erectile dysfunction. And if this sounds like you, it's probably time to get treated for your low T. At Montgomery Men's Health, we've treated many men for low T. We've seen them put on muscle, add to their energy, improve their sex lives, get better sleep, and just feel better. Plus, if you're like most men, you'll see results in only a few weeks. So make an appointment today and experience how low testosterone therapy can truly change your life. Your initial appointment is only $99 with results in minutes. Call today, 334-440-3663. That's 334-440-3663. Or go to MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com. That's MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com.
Get ready for a night of solid gold. Impact presents The Temptations and the Four Tops. Same night, same stage. January 22nd, the Montgomery Performing Arts Center. The Temptations and the Four Tops together live. Reserve seats on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Don't miss The Temptations and the Four Tops. He is the voice of the conservative millennial. And Ben Shapiro. The Ben Shapiro Show. Monday night at 8 p.m. on News Radio 1440. Depend on it. Sometimes you need to reset. Refocus on your day.
Well,
the moment where you
time to
take
go to work.
a deep breath and change the focus from the problem to the problem solver. This is Decisions with Kevin Elkins.
Good morning, and good morning, one and all, Montgomery, Alabama. Good morning to you. I'm Kevin Elkins, and this is News Radio 1440 on your AM dial, or newsradio1440.com, or our app, News Radio 1440, in the Play Store or the Apple App Store. Either way, you can get us unless you just don't want to hear me, which is possible sometimes. Anyway, good morning to you. It's time to rise and shine. It's another day that the Lord has made, that we should be glad in it. And one more day, you're on top of the ground, and the ground's not on top of you. Good morning. It is time for our daily bread. It's November the 28th. Our daily bread today is called Walk With Me. Our scripture insight today comes from Titus 2:11 through 14. But Titus 2:11 says, the grace of God has appeared that offers salvation to all. Govern yourselves accordingly. And again, it is November the 28th, 2022. It is a day that has never been, and it is also a day that shall never, ever come again. And once it's gone, you don't get a do-over. You don't get it back. You don't get to summon it from the past. You don't get a chance to come back and do all the things that you should have done today, but you don't. And you certainly don't get a chance to come back and undo the things that you do. So whatever it is that you do with this day, November the 28th, 2022, I hope that if tomorrow should be, you'll be proud of what you have done this day. If you've been around a while, you've heard many, many yesterdays. And if we are blessed and given the mercy and grace of God Almighty, we may, I'm not sure, but we may see some tomorrows. But if tomorrow should never be, then it is this day. That is the first day of the rest of our lives. What are we going to do with them? Well, whatever we do, while you can, for as long as you can, reach back and help somebody else along the way. Benjamin Elijah May said, whatever we do in life, we should do it so well, no man living, no man dead, and no man yet to be born can do it any better. And I say, if that is the standard by which you live life, you'll always be successful. Oh, you'll fail at a thing or two. We all do. But you'll never be a failure as long as you don't quit. Don't give up. Don't go backwards. Always go forward. Never, ever, ever quit. Because quitters don't win. And while winners may fail at a thing or two, they'll never be a failure. Because they always put one foot in front of the other and give it one more try. Don't ever give up. Don't ever, ever give up. Because quitters don't win. And winners, when they may fail at a thing or two, they don't quit. And no matter what happens this day, no matter what it is, remember this. This day, like all the others, it is still a great day to be alive. Good morning, Montgomery, Alabama. It's time to rise and shine. enjoy this day more enthusiastically than any other day you've ever had. Good morning to you.
Thanks for joining us for today's encouragement from Our Daily Bread. I'm Sheridan Boise, and I've titled our reading, Walk With Me. A few years ago, a popular song hit the charts with a gospel choir singing the chorus, Jesus Walks With Me. Behind the lyrics lies a powerful story. The choir was started by jazz musician Curtis Lundy when he entered a treatment program for cocaine addiction. Drawing fellow addicts together and finding inspiration in an old hymnal, he wrote that chorus as a hymn of hope for those in rehab. We were singing for our lives, one choir member says of the song. We were asking Jesus to save us, to help us get out of the drugs. Another found that her chronic pain subsided when she sang the song. That choir wasn't just singing words on a sheet, but offering desperate prayers for redemption. In Christ, our God has appeared to offer salvation to all people. While eternal life is part of this gift, God is working on us now, empowering us to regain self-control, say no to worldly passions, and redeem us for life with Him. As the choir members found, Jesus doesn't just forgive our sins, He frees us from destructive lifestyles. Jesus walks with me, and you, and anyone who cries out to Him for help. He's with us, offering hope for the future and salvation now. Today's scripture reading is from Titus chapter 2, verses 11 to 14. For the grace of God has appeared that offers salvation to all people. It teaches us to say no to ungodliness and worldly passions, and to live self-controlled, upright, and godly lives in the present age, while we wait for the blessed hope, the appearing of the glory of our great God and Savior Jesus Christ, who gave Himself for us to redeem us from all wickedness and to purify for Himself a people that are His very own, eager to do what is good. Let's pray together. Jesus, we need You. Would You forgive our sins, free us from destructive habits, and change us from the inside out? Thank You that Your sacrificial death and powerful resurrection have broken the power of sin and death over our lives, freeing us to grow more and more into who You've meant us to be all along, every single day. Lord, we ask for this change, even more, even today, and we ask it in Jesus' powerful name. Amen. Thanks for listening today. My name is Sheridan Boise, and today's encouragement was provided by Our Daily Bread Ministries.
Where?
Court. Oh,
Down the rise and shine, people. Time to get up. Let's do it.
all the way gotta be
Rough and tough. Rough and tough.
every
Every day. He run to the sun.
no sweat.
Not yet. Down in the mess hall on my knees. Time to rise and shine. But a can of beans.
Nothing to eat but a can of beans.
The bread was moldy and the meat was bad.
Bread was molded and the meat was.
Well, you know darn well that you can't eat that.
You know darn well that you can't eat that. Here we go.
Here we go.
All the way.
All the way.
Gotta be
Up
and tough.
rough and tough.
Airborne.
All the way. When I was young, always wanted to be in the 82nd Airborne, easing the breeze. Now that I'm here, I'm gonna do it right. Jump from an aircraft while in flight.
All the way.
Ah, sounds good. Sounds good.
Driving on, all the way, airborne, all the way, driving on. Early one morning in the drizzling rain.
Well, I picked up my parachute and boarded the plane. Jump master said 1 minute to go. Green light.
Lead with a chilling glow. All the way, airborne, all the way, driving on.
Driving on. Driving on.
All the way, airborne, all the way, driving on.
it's time for PT. Here we go. All the way. Gotta be rough and tough. Gotta watch that rough and tough thing now. You know, all this DEI training going on. Don't want the weak ones to be rough and tough. All right, let's do the PT time. You know what time it is. Here we go. All the way. Here we go. Every day. Sign my name on the dotted line. All I do is double time. All I do is double time. Up the hill. Down the hill. Down the hill. Up the hill. Airborne. Arula. 30 rolling down the strip. Airborne daddy gonna take a little trip. Hook up, shuffle to the door. And jump right out and count to 4. If my main don't open wide, I got a reserve by my side. Woo! And if that one should fail me too, look out below, I'm coming through. Oh yeah. Hey, every day. Hey, every day. On the old drop zone. Box me up and send me home. Tell my girl I do my chest. In my wings upon my chest. And tell my girl I did my best. Woo! Hey, every day. Hey, every day. Woo! Woo-hoo-hoo! And now, after that quick visit to PT, it's time. See, I'm not even breathing hard. The 2-mile run here, I'm holding it. All right, then. Let's pay homage to all of our armed forces: Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, and Coast Guard, of course, and Space Force. Also, let us honor our brave men and women who wear the uniforms of Montgomery Police Department, the Sheriff Department, ALEA, Alabama National Guard, and all those people who go in when everybody else is coming out. Let's get it. Oh, yeah. Let us say good morning to the Honorable Mayor of this great city of Montgomery, Alabama, Mr. Stephen Reed. Good morning, Mayor. Any other butt I got to kiss this morning? Hey, sometimes flavor's not bad. And let me say good morning to my streaming people. I got a lot of folks that stream the show because, we're on AM, but that's cool. We got this. Good morning to all you guys. Thanks for tuning in. And good morning, Maxwell and Gunner. After all, this is an Air Force town. You got to pay homage to the boys in blue. Good morning to you. We like to call those guys out there our top guns. Yeah. They could just bring me the 141 back just so I can look at one more time. I'll be happy. I'm just saying. Their motto is Semper Fidelis, but they had to shorten it, Marines, to Semper Fi. But whether it's Semper Fidelis or Semper Fi. It all means the same thing. Always, always faithful. Hoorah! Okay. Oh, yeah. Y'all think you're going to get away from that story? I'm telling you, I'm going to tell it one more time. And December is coming up quickly here. I'm just telling you. You're going to hear that story one more time. How they changed my trajectory. Although they may have did me a favor. I know. You guys started hearing about it. I know. Well, you won't hear after this year. I'm done. Yep. You won't hear it anymore. No, I'm going to tell this story one more time before the end of the year, and then I'm done with it. And by that time, if the Marine Corps out there on Federal Drive does not bring me in, stand me at attention, and make me an honorary Marine, I'm just going to say forget it. I'm going home, take all the Marine Corps things out off my wall, okay? Because they did me wrong, okay? But that's okay. Who knows? Maybe the first sergeant out there, the company commander, battalion commander, sergeant, maybe somebody out there will say, Elkins went through, you're talking about PTSD? I've had it for a long time because of this. I'm just telling you, it's wrong. They did me wrong. They did me wrong. They did. I'm just telling you. Back in 1978. Okay, it's been a long time, but still, I haven't forgot it. Anyway, good morning to you. It's time to rise and shine. Got to take a break. We'll come back with our audio presentation of the day. And what else we got? Okay, anyway, something to motivate you this morning at 6:30 in the morning. So we shall return uno momento with the festivities of the morning. It's a Monday morning. It's a great day to be alive.
WSFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Blindster.com. Want to save 50% on new blinds? Blindster offers custom-made blinds, shades, and shutters shipped to you at prices less than big box retailers. And right now, save 50% off any order during Blindster's Cyber Monday sale. Hurry, sale ends December 1st. Blindster.com.
Ample sunshine for your Monday, and the wind will be much, much lighter than it was yesterday. Temperatures up to about 66 degrees. A really nice start to the work week here. Heading into tonight, we are quiet, lows in the mid to upper 40s. And Tuesday, things will start to change. We'll have some afternoon and evening scattered showers, a few thunderstorms. Some of the storms could be strong, but our main threat of rain comes Tuesday night into the first half of Wednesday. Some storms mixed in, and there is a level 1 risk of a few severe storms. That's your First Alert forecast. I'm meteorologist for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. So far, so good. No major problems or accidents have been reported that would send you on an alternate route. Watch for one minor accident on West Boulevard there at Coke Food Plant. Outside of that, we are clear. The Toyota-thon is going on right now. There's no better time than right now to get the Toyota you've always wanted. And Reinhardt Toyota. New Toyotas are arriving daily at Reinhardt Toyota on the East Boulevard. Buckle up. It's the law. From Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, this is Major Delay.
When it comes to esports viewership, there's always been room for innovation. Blast Premier is the newest Counter-Strike esports league that's quickly been growing in popularity. Now they've unveiled a new way to watch the game with their service called Blast.tv. Blast.tv allows fans to customize their viewing experience, highlights, news, player stats, pick'ems, and more. What other companies need to make a service revolving around their esport?
The latest esports and gaming news. Find it online at checkpointxp.com.
This Black Friday, Dell's Cyber Monday event starts now with deals on powerful business tech. The savings start now with up to 50% off on select business PCs powered by 12th Gen Intel Core processors. Don't forget special pricing on the latest monitors, docks, and accessories, plus free shipping on everything, and special financing with Dell Business Credit. Call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL for Cyber Monday deals. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
Your local radio stations are here for you. No subscriptions or monthly fees necessary. We're here to give you the news, weather, and traffic you need, and the music you love. But if the foreign-owned record labels get their way, it could stop the music. They want Congress to force radio stations to pay them more money, simply to play their music. Don't let radio go silent. Text local to 52886 and tell Congress to protect local radio stations. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Are fall projects piling up on your property?
Over
You still
here,
have to borrow
over there.
from your buddies? It's time to get your own John
Hello,
Deere
everybody.
Sunsow.
How you
We'll help
doing?
you find the right
How
tractor
you
with
doing?
implements that are as fun to operate as they are powerful. And during our fall sales event, you can take advantage of store-wide savings, including 0% interest on John Deere 1 Series, 3 Series, and even 5 Series tractors. So come see us at Sunsow, equipment for those that do.
Some restrictions apply. Dealer for details. Expires November 30, 2022.
Hey folks, this is Jody.
And Cozy from the Rustic Outlet at American Outdoor.
Our new warehouse is getting closer to being ready. This means we have inventory that has to go.
We would rather discount it and sell it than move it.
Many items have an additional 25% off already low outlet prices.
Tables, chairs, benches,
Bar stools,
consoles,
bedroom suites,
occasional tables,
TV consoles,
armoires,
jewelry shelves,
additional 25% off.
in stock, ready for immediate pickup or have it delivered.
Good morning, Alabama. How did you sleep last night? You can buy mattresses anywhere, but at Wolf Boys Bedding, we want to make sure you get a great night's sleep.
We will take the time to show you how a mattress is made, what supports you, and gives you comfort.
Then let you make the decision on what's best for you.
Whether you need an inexpensive mattress or a great night's sleep, we have you covered.
Shop the Christmas sale and get up to $400 off on Heritage Sleep's homegrown collection. Don't count sheep, get a great night's sleep from Wolf Boys Bedding, thanks to American Outdoor.
Another Guardian Credit Union story.
Hey, so what are we doing with your hair today?
I need a trim, a new dishwasher, and a much-needed vacation. Do you see any grays?
Sounds like you need a personal loan. My friend just got a loan from Guardian Credit Union, and he used it to upgrade his kitchen appliances.
That's what I need to do.
Guardian has great rates and a friendly team that makes payments affordable.
Perfect. I guess stylists really can fix everything.
Connect with Guardian for all your lending needs.
He is the voice of the conservative millennial.
Ben Shapiro.
The Ben Shapiro Show, tonight at 8 p.m. on News Radio 1440. Depend on.
Okay, we're back. Now, here goes my audio presentation. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, this week starts our Helping Hands thing in earnest. Okay, we tried. Man, there are a lot of folks out there right now catching the blues. I don't know them all. I'm glad I don't know them all because I couldn't help everybody. But anyway, now on my Facebook page, there is a GoFundMe thing, which is right there. You just donate it right there. Or you can go to any Service First bank. Our goal is $10,000. But hey, listen, we'll take whatever we can get. I know a couple of people get cancer and stuff like that, and they just can't do anything for themselves this year. They don't know I know about it, but I know about it. Anyway, so we do appreciate you guys. Honestly, if I got to put on my extra begging, little extra thickening on this year, we really need it. And basically, what we do is you give us people's name who you think is catching hell, not because they're lazy, not because they won't work, not because they just giving up. They're just catching hell. Sometimes life does that to us. And anyway, so we try to help those folks out without them knowing that it's coming, without them knowing that it's coming. If you go to my Facebook page, you'll see one we did a couple of years ago. And people didn't know these things are coming. We just try to give them a little bit of, we try to give them a little bit of encouragement, a little bit of hope when things go bad, when things not going so well. So if you guys can help me, I'd appreciate it. Go to Service First Bank and go look for the Helping Hand. If they can't find the Helping Hand account, it's under Kevin Elkins, whatever the case may be. We're taking anything that you guys want to give us, anything, or you can go to my Facebook page and there's a GoFundMe there, and you can throw some money in there for me and stuff like that. And so we're just trying to, and it's probably my last year doing this because it's just getting harder and harder. It takes a lot of time to get it done, but this year's worth the time. So most of my days off work from now on, I'm going to be out there humping. I was gonna get me a sign, but then everyone said on the street, but everybody else be looking at me like I'm a panhandler. And but I figured, hey, if I'm gonna panhandle, I can't think of a better reason to do it. Okay, if you do it for somebody else. Okay, so I'm just saying, if you guys are willing to help me, I'd appreciate it. You go to my Facebook page, or you go to Service First Bank, any one of them. There's an account called Helping Hand underneath my name, and for whatever you can. I don't care if it's $2, whatever. Just put it in there, because if you get 10,000 people give me $2, okay, I'm good. So we can make it. Okay, we can make this. Okay, we can do it. So if you will do that for me, I really would appreciate it. All right, we'll get more into that as we go along. Anyway, this right here is something that everybody needs to hear every once in a while. Look, Denzel Washington and a couple other people right here. So let us go and listen to this, and we shall return uno momento. Okay. Oh, sorry about that. Gotta stop that from going right there. Let's go right there. There we go. Okay, here we go.
But I never understood that concept, having something to fall back on. If I'm going to fall, I don't want to fall back on anything. I want to fall forward. I figure at least this way I'll see what I'm going to hit. Without consistency, you'll never finish. So do what you feel passionate about. Take chances professionally. Don't be afraid to fail. There's an old IQ test was 9 dots, and you had to draw 5 lines with a pencil within these 9 dots without lifting the pencil. The only way to do it was to go outside the box. So don't be afraid to go outside the box. Don't be afraid to think outside the box. Don't be afraid to fail big, to dream big. But remember, dreams without goals are just dreams. Reggie Jackson struck out 2,600 times in his career, the most in the history of baseball. But you don't hear about the strikeouts. People remember the home runs. Fall forward. Thomas Edison conducted 1,000 failed experiments. Did you know that? I didn't know that. Because the 1,001st was the light bulb. Fall forward. Every failed experiment is one step closer to success. You've got to take risks, and I'm sure you've probably heard that before, but I want to talk to you about why that's so important. First, you will fail at some point in your life. Accept it. You will lose. You will embarrass yourself. You will suck at something. There's no doubt about it.
That's true.
And I know that's probably not a traditional message for a graduation ceremony, but hey, I'm telling you, embrace it because it's inevitable. In the acting business, you fail all the time. Early on in my career, I auditioned for a part in a Broadway musical. Perfect role for me, I thought, except for the fact that I can't sing. I didn't get the job. But here's the thing. I didn't quit. I didn't fall back. I walked out of there to prepare for the next audition, and the next audition, and the next audition. I prayed. I prayed, and I prayed. But I continued to fail, and fail, and fail. But it didn't matter, because you know what? There's an old saying, you hang around the barbershop long enough, sooner or later you're going to get a haircut. So you will catch a break, and I did catch a break. Last year, I did a play called Fences on Broadway. But here's the kicker. It was at the Court Theater. It was at the same theater that I failed that first audition 30 years prior. The point is, every graduate here today has the training and the talent to succeed. But do you have the guts to fail? If you don't fail, you're not even trying. I'll say it again. If you don't fail, you're not even trying. My wife told me this great expression. To get something you never had, you have to do something you never did. Imagine you're on your deathbed, and standing around your deathbed are the ghosts representing your unfulfilled potential. The ghost of the ideas you never acted on. The ghost of the talents you didn't use. And they're standing around your bed, angry, disappointed, and upset. They say, we came to you because you could have brought us to life, they say. And now we have to go to the grave together. So I ask you today, how many ghosts are going to be around your bed when your time comes? So the question is, what are you going to do with what you have? I'm not talking about how much you have. Sometimes it's the best way to figure out where you're going. Your life will never be a straight path. I began at Fordham University as a pre-med student. I took a course called cardiac morphogenesis. I couldn't read it, I couldn't say it, I sure couldn't pass it.
That's true.
So then I decided to go into pre-law, then journalism. And with no academic focus, my grades took off in their own direction. I was a 1.8 GPA one semester, and the university very politely suggested that it might be better to take some time off. I was 20 years old. I was at my lowest point. And then one day, and I remember the exact day, March 27th, 1975, I was helping my mother in her beauty shop. My mother owned a beauty shop up in Mount Vernon. And there was this older woman who was considered one of the elders in the town. And I didn't know her personally, but I was looking in the mirror, and every time I looked in the mirror, I could see her behind me, and she was staring at me. She just kept looking at me. Every time I looked at her, she kept giving me these strange looks. So she finally took the dryer off her head and said something I'll never forget. She said, "Young boy, I have a prophecy, a spiritual prophecy." She said, "You are going to travel the world and speak to millions of people." And in the years that followed, just as that woman prophesied, I have traveled the world and I have spoken to millions of people through my movies. Millions who, up till this day, couldn't see me. Up till this day, I couldn't see while I was talking to them. And they couldn't see me. They could only see the movie. They couldn't see the real me. But I see you today. And I'm encouraged by what I see. And I'm strengthened by what I see. Because taking risk is not just about going for a job. It's also about knowing what you know and what you don't know. It's about being open to people and to ideas. Because the chances you take, the people you meet, the people you love, the faith that you have, that's what's going to define you. Never be discouraged. Never hold back. Give everything you've got. And when you fall throughout life, and maybe even tonight after a few many glasses of champagne, remember this. Fall forward.
Denzel says, if you're going to fall forward. And since you just got to fall anyway, might as well fall moving ahead. Good morning to you, everybody. Hope you enjoyed that. Denzel Washington always, if you're going to fall forward. Forget the backup plan. Fall forward. Anyway, good morning to you. It's time to rise and shine. Hope you enjoyed that. It is 6:47 in the morning on this Monday morning, the 28th day, believe it or not, of November 2022. Now, you know what time it is. It's time for Lessons of Life and the word of the day and things that happen on this day. Okay? Just want to get that to you. Okay, now let me get that up right there. There we go. Oh, I'll tell you what, I'm feeling motivated today, though. Okay? Now, good morning to you. It is the 28th day of November, 2022. It's a day, once again, you're on top of the ground. And the ground's not on top of you. So no matter what happens this day, it started out pretty good. Now, word of the day. Now, this word, it's characterized by a friendly gestures of goodwill and peaceable. Peaceable. Okay? In other words, you know, amicable. Amicable is the word. Amicable is the word. Amicable. Okay? Cable. Okay. Amicable. Okay, that is how you pronounce the word. It is characterized by being friendly, goodwill, and peaceable. Our relationship, even though people don't know it, our relationship, it's amicable. Okay, even though you guys think we always fight, I like to think my relationship with my audience is somewhat amicable. Now, we don't have to agree on everything. That's good, because I don't. I was going through some DEI training last night, and yeah, I wasn't made for this century. I wasn't made for this time. But I'm gonna do a DEI show today. I am. I'm gonna do a DEI show today. Let's get down. Let's get down where the grits can get up. Where the grits can get on. But we'll do that later on. Okay. Lessons of life today. What are the lessons of life? These are things that we learn by living. These are things that we learn. Nobody can learn for you. They can introduce information to you. They can disseminate information to you, but they cannot learn for you. Okay? And lessons of life are the things it's like running a mile. I use this all the time because I think everybody can understand it. You can watch a guy run a mile and you think you can do better than he can. Well, show me. Get on the track, start running. Let's see how much better you do. There are things that you cannot learn until you've actually done them. And we call those lessons of life. And today is no different. This is a lesson of life too, that if you haven't learned already, you will learn as you go along in life. You will learn these things. Okay, I guarantee it. If you live, you'll learn some stuff. You know, me, I'm still learning. You know, you will learn some things if in your life as you go along. So, what is the lesson of life today? Well, the lesson of life today is this. We always talk about failure. We always talk about it, and we give you all these cliches about it. We tell you don't give up, and that's true. We don't want you to give up. But there's one positive to failure that is rarely ever mentioned. Rarely ever mentioned. So how can you get a positive? How can you be positive about failure? Well, first of all, failure has two positive aspects to it. Okay, it teaches us things. Okay, it teaches us things that we if we're smart, we'll take with us, and we'll do better next time. But the one aspect of failure that none of us really understand, because you hardly ever hear it, and it is this: failure. It is the real and only evidence that you had the courage to try. There's some people say, I shoulda, woulda, coulda. There's some people say, well, I would have did it. Yeah, okay. Well, we don't know that because you never tried. So failure, for all of its negativity, there is a positive about it, and that positive is that you had the courage to try. And that's all we say, and that's all. My mother used to say, nothing beats a failure but a try. So failure has two positive aspects. First of all, it teaches us things about who we are. And secondly, it is the real evidence that even though you may have failed this time, that you had the courage to try. So don't ever, ever not try. Okay? Don't ever not try. Because you'll be surprised sometimes what trying can accomplish. All right? So good morning to you. So the word of the day is amicable, which means that, we got a friendly relationship. We got a relationship of goodwill. We mean peace. That's what amicable means. So as you get to school today, everybody, even though John and I used to fight all the time, we have an amicable relationship now. And that is one about peace and friendship. Amicable. Remember that word. for those folks headed to school right now. All right. Oh, one more thing before I do anything, I forget to tell you. Prattville Carpets wants to upgrade your kitchen with $10,000 worth of porcelain countertop and a backsplash. Now, last week I learned what a backsplash is. Yeah, I didn't really know what a backsplash was. I was born in the poor side of town. But evidently they want to do it. Okay. So they're choosing one qualifier daily from online registration. So I need you guys to go to newsradio1440.com, newsradio1440.com, and enter today. And you can check out Prattville Carpet. They want to upgrade your kitchen with 10 grand worth of porcelain countertop and backsplash. Okay, but the only way you can get into this is you go to our website, Newsradio 1440. It is November the 28th. It is the 332nd day of the year. So govern yourselves accordingly. It was on this day in 1943, President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, British Prime Minister Winston Churchill, and Soviet leader Joseph Stalin began conferring in Tehran during World War II. On this day in 1520, Portuguese navigator Ferdinand Magellan reached the Pacific Ocean after passing through South American Strait that now bears name. The year was 1861. The Confederate Congress admitted Missouri as the 12th state of the Confederacy after Missouri's disputed secession from the Union. I'm still trying to figure out how they knew where the boundary lines were back in those days. Somebody can explain that to me one day. 1905, Sinn Féin was founded in Dublin. 1907, future movie producer Louis B. Mayer opened the first movie theater in Haverhill Hill, Massachusetts. 1909, Sergei, no sense me killing the guy's last name, but I'm gonna try it anyway. Rachmaninoff's Piano Concerto No. 3 in D minor, like I know what that means, Op 30, hit its world premiere in New York with him at the piano. I don't know what all those D minors and all that stuff is. I didn't learn that part about singing. 1942, a fire engulfed the Coconut Grove nightclub in Boston, killing 492 people. Wow. And the deadliest nightclub blaze ever. The cause of the rapidly spreading fire began in the basement. In this dispute, the theory is first a busboy accidentally ignited an artificial palm tree while using a lighted match to fix a light bulb. Okay then. 1961, Ernie Davis of Syracuse University became the first African American to be named winner of the Heisman Trophy. In 1964, the United States launched the space probe Mariner 4 on a course toward Mars, which it flew past in July 1965, sending back pictures of the red planet. And my question is, why are we going? I mean, unless we can move up there. 1975, President Ford nominated federal judge John Paul Stevens to the U.S. Supreme Court seat vacated by William O. Douglas. The year was 1979. The Air New Zealand DC-10 en route to the South Pole crashed into a mountain in Antarctica, killing all 257 people aboard. You guys want to know how I don't want to fly. 1990, Margaret Thatcher resigned as British Prime Minister during an audience with the Queen Elizabeth II, who then conferred the premiership on John Major. And the year was 2001. Enron Corporation, once the world's largest energy trader, collapsed after the would-be rescuer Dynegy Incorporated backed out of a $8.4 billion takeover deal. Enron filed for bankruptcy protection 4 days later. And it was 10 years ago, Indian forces fired grenades into landmark Taj Mahal Hotel, the last stand of suspected Muslim militants, just hours after elite commandos stormed a Jewish outreach center and found 6 hostages dead. All right. Anything else going on? Yeah. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. About 9 years ago, China said it had sent warplanes into a newly declared maritime air defense zone. Let me see how that worked. Days after the U.S. and South Korea and Japan all sent flights through the airspace in defiance of the rules of Beijing that it had imposed on East China Sea. And those are just some of the things that have happened on this day. Okay? Yep. Some of the things happened on this day. We got a lot of things to talk about, a few things to talk about if you want to talk about it later on. I want to talk a little bit about DEI. I really want to talk. But I was going through some mandatory training last night. It had to be mandatory for me to be looking at it. But I want to talk a little bit about this morning, if I get a chance to. Unless you guys want something else you want to talk about, because I think we're turning our country into something that, at the end of the day, won't help it. Okay, but that's just me. That's just me, and I'm willing to have that conversation. We'll be back.
Your WSFA 12 news update on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, I'm Jasmine Williams at WSFA 12 News. Here's what's happening this Monday. This morning, first responders are reminding drivers about the state's Move Over law. This reminder comes after a shorter volunteer fire department truck was hit while responding to an accident on I-85 Wednesday. Alabama's Move Over law requires motorists to move out of the lane closest to an emergency vehicle. A Montgomery High School student has been given the opportunity of a lifetime to perform at Carnegie Hall in New York. Now a junior at Booker T. Washington Magnet High School, Kaylin Miles auditioned for the spot, and out of 10,000 applicants, she was selected. Mark your calendars for December 9th for the WSFA 12 News annual 12th Day of Giving. We'll be collecting food, money, and toys for the Montgomery Area Food Bank, Toys for Tots, and Christmas Clearinghouse. Come see us December 9th at Rent Grove Market at East Chase. I'm Jasmine Williams, and these are your morning headlines.
News Radio 1440, WLWIAM, the home of Sean Hannity. Also on 95.1 HD3 FM, Montgomery, Alabama, a Cumulus media station.
This is the CBS World News Roundup, sponsored by Rocket Mortgage.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. A daring rescue in Montgomery County, Maryland, after a small plane got tangled in high voltage lines, stranding a pilot and a passenger for almost 7 hours. Correspondent Scott McFarland is in Gaithersburg.
Crews first had to clamp power lines to remove any threat of electrocution before they gently maneuvered around the transmission tower to bring down the plane's pilot and one passenger. One of the plane's occupants was greeted by cheers before being wheeled to a waiting ambulance. Both were taken to local trauma centers after suffering serious but not life-threatening injuries.
The accident knocked out power to tens of thousands of customers at one point. Schools there are closed. The cause is under investigation. Public schools closed in Houston, too, after a power outage at a purification plant triggered fears of tainted water. The city's water director, Yvonne Williams-Forrest.
The boil water notice is out of an abundance of caution because the system lost pressure below the regulatory requirement.
The water advisory is expected to remain in effect until tomorrow. It was a long ride home for some Thanksgiving travelers. Correspondent Chris Van Cleve is at Reagan National.
Wind and fog caused more than 6,000 flight delays after what had been a fairly smooth travel week.
The flight was supposed to be at 6:50. We didn't take off until 11:30.
Flights were halted in the New York and D.C. areas for hours.
TSA just reporting it screened 2.56 million passengers yesterday. That's the highest number since December of 2019, making it the busiest day since the start of the pandemic. Online holiday shoppers could be holding out today. Retail analyst Bert Flickinger.
Cyber Monday is only expected to do about 11 billion. People are being cautious and waiting for the retailers that are over inventoried at record levels of unsold inventory, waiting for retailers to get to desperation discounting.
An eco-friendly baby product manufacturer has issued a recall. Here's CBS's Jim Krasula.
Green Sprouts has recalled more than 10,000 bottles and cups for toddlers. The Asheville, North Carolina-based company has learned that children could be exposed to material containing lead if the base breaks off. There have been 7 reports of that happening, according to the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission.
2 weeks after his face and hand were badly burned in a gasoline fire, Jay Leno was back performing in front of a sold-out crowd at the Comedy and Magic Club in Hermosa Beach, California. And yep, he went there.
I got 2 shows tonight, regular and extra crispy. I thought of myself as a roast comic. Thank you tonight.
S&P futures down 29. This is CBS News.
This hour's newscast is presented by Rocket Mortgage. When you need cash out of your home and a simple way to get it, Rocket can.
This Black Friday, Dell's Cyber Monday event starts now with deals on powerful business tech. The savings start now with up to 50% off on select business PCs powered by 12th Gen Intel Core processors. Don't forget special pricing on the latest monitors, docks, and accessories, plus free shipping on everything and special financing with Dell Business Credit. Call the Dell Technologies Advisor at 877-ASK-DELL for Cyber Monday deals. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
This week at Staples, save 60% on. Thanks for your business this year. Save 60% on.
Happy holidays, Nana.
Save 60% on.
You are cordially invited.
Right now at Staples, you can save 60% on custom printed holiday cards and invitations. So you can say, thanks for a great year. Happy holidays. Or come on over. All year less. For everything you need printed this holiday, go to Staples, the working and learning store. In-store and online. Ends 12/3. Exclusions and restrictions apply.
NFL star Odell Beckham Jr. was escorted off a plane in Florida over the weekend.
American Airlines says the plane returned to the gate after Beckham refused to buckle his seatbelt. Miami police say the flight crew initially became concerned when Beckham seemed to slip in and out of consciousness. Crew members say he refused to leave the plane when it got back to the gate. He only did so when police arrived and all passengers deplaned. Police say they took Beckham out of the secure area where he made other arrangements. Odell Beckham is a free agent coming back from an injury and looking for his next team. Peter King, CBS News, Orlando.
Ladies in waiting are out. With Britain's new queen consort, King Charles' wife Camilla is dispensing with the tradition and opting for 5 personal assistants instead. They'll be known as Queen's Companions to serve in her trusted inner circle. The palace says the positions will involve less regular attendance or waiting on the Queen. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
That makes sense.
PeopleLikeGovernment.com. Have you heard? A recent stash of 1904 Morgan silver dollar coins has been found. These gorgeous 1904 O silver dollar coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck. This is a key date for silver dollar coins, and only a limited quantity are available. And this an amazing opportunity for anyone interested in silver coins. Just call government at 1-800-386-7195, and you are guaranteed a mint condition 1904 O Morgan silver dollar featuring the iconic old mint mark of the New Orleans Mint, a final year of production. But with limited quantity, you must call now. These 1904 O silver coins are still in uncirculated condition. That is 117 years of history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-800-386-7195. Call now, and you'll receive a free American Coin Collector's Bonus Package, a $25 value, free with every order. Call 1-800-386-7195 now to secure your 1904 O Morgan silver dollars before they sell out. That's 1-800-386-7195. You wash your hands, you brush your teeth, but what about the nose? How do you clean your nose? With Navage. Navage uses powered suction before sailing in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, flushing out allergens, mucus, and germs. And it's why cleaning your nose, the body's air filter, is the next evolution in daily personal hygiene. People try Navage for lots of reasons. Science says
All right, then.
Feel better, a lot better. Over 3 million Navage users have written more than 100,000 reviews, averaging 4.7 stars, saying best product I've ever used, and amazing. I love my Navage. Navage helps you breathe better, sleep deeper, and snore less. But the biggest payoff is improved health. Navage is good personal hygiene and can help you stay healthy. At Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, a known healthy love.
Ever wonder why your business doesn't show up on online search maps, but your competitors do? It's hundreds of things. Things that Cumulus Boost can identify and fix. And that's how we boost your findability. CumulusBoost.com. C-U-M-U-L-U-S Boost.com.
Join Sean Hannity Sundays at 3 p.m. for the Encore Show.
Chinese, the Russians, don't fear Joe Biden.
On News Radio 1440.
All righty then. As far as okay, All right. Now, I'm going to try some. Now, this is still November, so we got a couple of days left in November. But next month, if we live and nothing happens, and if I'm still here, because you never can tell, we'll get some new callers in the air, man. We gotta hit some new voices for once in a while. Although I still like my old same voices. Don't get me wrong, but I want to hear some new voices. Okay, some people, because I want to talk about something today that's permeating the United States, and I think in an unreasonable fashion. Um, and I got some other things to talk about too. If nobody wants to talk about this, but I really want to talk about, because it's one of those things that you keep hearing about, and nobody publicly wants to talk about it. So I'm going to talk about it, and that's this. What's the DEI? What does DEI stand for? Anybody know what DEI stands for? Um, Division? No, yeah, it all stands for that. What is this? Diversity, uh, inclusion. No, what does E stand for? And the I stands for inclusion. I can't think as soon as I figure out what the E stands for, I'm going to talk about it. Diversity. Anyway, I can't. Anyway, whatever it comes, I think it's having the opposite effect on what they're trying to do in America right now. I think it's having the opposite effect, and I'll get to that in a second. Thank you very much. It's diversity, uh, equity, and inclusion, and it's permeating the work environment. I think personally, it's making things a lot worse than they have to be. It reminds people every day about their color, about their gender, about their proclivities, the things that we're supposed to accept out of people. And I always thought, now this is what I always thought. I always thought when you hire people for a job, you hire them just to do that job. And what's really astonishing to me is that everybody who wants certain protections will never come on the air and have the conversation. They'll never have the conversation about it. Yesterday, I'm doing a little training last night, right? So I'm seeing a guy who's old guy, about my age, I guess, and he carries extremely long hair. Well, his heritage, I guess, is Indian. So he says, "Well, why should I cut my hair?" Well, because it's my business. It's my business. I paid my money to get it started. I borrowed the money. I'm in debt, and I ought to have the right to make the rules for my own business. But this guy was feeling somewhat discriminated against because the business that he was applying for a job had rules. The business had rules. Well, if you want to wear long hair in your business, which I'm good, then start your own business and tell everybody who wants to, if you want to wear long hair all the way down to your knees, that's cool with me. I don't care. So my thing is that every day in America, somebody is reminded of what they are, not who they are, but what they are. So does the DEI concept, do I have a right if I own a business and I put my money, I walk the streets, I borrow the money, I'm the guy that's in debt with it. How are you going to tell me who I got to hire? Okay. And what that looks like, what that. So anyway, 860-1440. And again, I am not against the LGBTQ community. I don't really care what people do when they're not at work. That's your business. And I think it should stay your business. As a matter of fact, to tell you the honest God truth, if you are working for someone, they shouldn't know what you are anyway. I mean, which gives me back to another thing that happened over the weekend when I'm sitting in the store over the weekend. This is going to be good. Anyway, 860-1440 is the number here. What say you? Diversity, equity, and inclusion. Is it killing the work environment? I guess everybody's going to be working from home from now on. Because I don't know. Good morning. Who's this? Hello? Yes. I can hear you good. Okay. Mhm. Right. First Yeah, black guy that ran. I've heard him before, but not being a fanatic about football, I didn't know he was the first black person to get a Heisman Trophy. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Who hasn't heard of Paul Brown, brother? Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Right. Hmm. Right. Right. Yeah. Hey. All right. More diversity. That's right. I appreciate it. 860-14-4 is the number here. First, I want to tell you about our sponsor, which is JO Lane Truck and Auto. JO Lane Truck and Auto. If you're in the market for a pre-loved car, Christmas is coming up real soon, and you need a pre-loved car, you need a car that's dependable, and you don't want to be stuck on the side of the road once you buy it. Well, I can't think of any better place than JO Lane Truck and Auto. They're located at 208 Gun Road. You can give them a call, 272-4313, 272-4313. Here's a good thing about them, though. They got online inventory. You can go online right now to jlanetruckandauto.com, look at the inventory, and I'm telling you that Lexus is still there, and I'm telling you, I may have to go buy that thing just to put it in the garage or something. You know what? You can pay there, you can buy there. So if your credit's not that good, they don't care about that. They don't care about your past. They care about your present and your future and how they can help you. So hopefully give you independency and you can go out and get a job and take care of the family, take the kids, got to go to the hospital and things of that nature. Now, all the cars have been cleaned and cleared of all known issues and passed a rigorous and vigorous inspection process. So if you're ready to ride, go to 208 Gun Road or go to jlanetruckandauto.com and you'll find the cars online. And that number again is 272-4313, 272-4313. And if they don't have what you're looking for, ask for Steve, 272-4313. JL Lane, Truck and Auto. Come on, who's this? Yes, I'm doing pretty good. I hear you fine. Is that it? All righty then. It is 7:19 in the morning. I'll take this call, then we get to something else. Good morning. Who's this? Good morning. Of course, now Doug's not the only person responsible for that, you know. I mean, yeah. All right. Appreciate it. Listen, we are not necessarily on Facebook today. We are on YouTube. Go to YouTube and type Elkman0557, and you'll see the live show on YouTube. That's probably where we're going to be from now on. Just so I can, we are trying to raise money for our Helping Hands thing this year. So, well, I'm trying to raise money for our Helping Hand thing this year. So I don't want to cloud it with politics on my Facebook page. Good morning. Who's this? Fine. Well, now wait a minute. The Thanksgiving was Thursday. I know, but because Thanksgiving was Thursday. So I mean, okay. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Don't they deserve a little time off too? Right. And we used to have slavery, but we don't have that anymore. So I'm just saying, don't they deserve a little time off with their families too? What's okay? Well, then stop making. We need to stop making so much trash. I mean, you know. Get the guys a break, brother. They deserve some time out with their family too. I mean, it wasn't a big to do. I mean, now they're gonna work a little double now to empty all that trash. But come on, man, they deserve some time off. Come on, brother. Don't be dogging them so bad. Anyway, appreciate it. Gotta take a break. We'll come back right after this message. It is 7:23 in the morning. Well, I tell you, this can't please us sometimes. Let's sanitation people get a little time off, with the family and all. We're gonna get back to this DEI thing here in a minute, because I can never hear, I never hear from anybody. Diversity, diversity, inclusion, and equity. Okay, we'll be back. I want to hear about it. Is it too much? Is it too much to be reminded every day that you're different? Every day that you're different, when you're really not. Just do things differently. We'll be back.
Your WSFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Blindster.com. Want to save 50% on new blinds? Blindster offers custom-made blinds, shades, and shutters shipped to you at prices less than big box retailers. And right now, save 50% off any order during Blindster's Cyber Monday sale. Hurry, sale ends December 1st. Blindster.com.
Ample sunshine for your Monday, and the wind will be much, much lighter than it was yesterday. Temperatures up to about 66 degrees. A really nice start to the work week. You're heading into tonight with quiet over the upper 40s. And Tuesday, things will start to change. We'll have some afternoon and evening scattered showers, a few thunderstorms. Some of the storms can be strong, but our main threat of rain comes Tuesday night into the first half of Wednesday. Some storms mixed in, and there is a level 1 risk of a few severe storms. That's your first alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Right now, things are looking good. Nothing's being reported by the authorities that would send anyone on an alternate route. Keep listening. We'll keep you posted with the latest and most accurate traffic conditions on the radio. The 2022 Home Got to Go will go out savings for tremendous at Jayco Homes. See La Homa, Bruce, or Richard at Jayco Homes in Alex City. Visit them on the web at jaycoalexcity.com. Buckle up, it's the law. From Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, this is Major Delay.
With Kevin Elkins in the morning, Dan Bongino for the midday, and Sean Hannity for your afternoon. It's News Radio 1440 all day. Depend on it.
There's nothing like hearing the songs you love on local radio, with no subscriptions and no monthly fees. But there's a new bill in Congress that could stop the music.
Stop the music.
Tax your local radio station simply to play the music you love. Text local to 52886 and ask Congress to support local radio stations. Help us keep you connected to the music, local news, weather, and traffic that you need each day. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Get ready for a night of solid gold. Impact Live presents The Temptations and the Four Tops. Same stage. January 22nd, the Montgomery Performing Arts Center. The Temptations and the Four Tops together live. Reserve seats on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Don't miss The Temptations and the Four Tops.
PeopleByGovernment.com.
Have you heard? A recent stash of 1904 Morgan silver dollar coins has been found. These gorgeous 1904 O silver dollar coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck. This is a key date for silver dollar collectors, and only a limited quantity are available. Coin experts are calling this an amazing opportunity for anyone interested in silver coins. Just call government at 1-800-386-7195, and you are guaranteed a mint condition 1904 O Morgan silver dollar, featuring the iconic O mint mark of the New Orleans Mint. The final year of production, but with limited quantity, you must call now. These 1904 O silver coins are still in uncirculated condition. That is 117 years of history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-800-386-7195. Call now and you'll receive a free American Coin Collector's bonus package, a $25 value, free with every order. Call 1-800-386-7195 now to secure your 19040 Morgan silver dollars before they sell out. That's 1-800-386-7195.
Hey, is that a faucet running? Nope, that's not a faucet. That's a river rushing through the forest. It is? Yeah, forest rivers provide over 100 million liters of clean water daily. The water comes straight from the forest to us. In fact, what? I can't hear you because of the vacuum. That's not a vacuum. That's the trees in the forest cleaning up the air we breathe. How do trees clean the air? They soak up the dirty air on their leaves, branches, and trunks, which means clean air for us. Cool. I didn't know that. Yep. But the forest does more than give us clean air and water. It gives us shade for hot days, birds to listen to, and trees to climb. Wow, that's awesome. I didn't know how cool the forest could be. Hey, let's go explore some more.
Visit the forest today and enjoy all it does, just for you. To learn more about the forest and find one near you, go to discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the FCC.
He's smart, witty, and fast on the draw. It's Mark Levin this afternoon at 5 p.m. on News Radio 1440.
Well, Notre Dame lost. Alabama won, so 1 out of 2 ain't bad. Good morning to you. Our number is 860-1440. I'm talking about something this morning that seems to permeate our work environment and our social construct in America today, and it is called DEI. We actually have people who don't have any what's the word I'm looking for? They don't have any skin in the game who want to tell us how to run businesses. I don't quite understand. And here's something else about DEI that I don't quite understand. 860-1440, or you can text me 241-9998. That's 334-241-9998. Here's something I don't understand. It's the DEI conscript sounds one-sided to me. So we have to pay attention to the proclivities of other people that we may or may not agree with, which I don't really care what people do. But they don't have to pay attention to our basic beliefs and traditions. Okay, so that part I don't understand. So DEI itself, in my mind, is discriminatory. It's discriminatory by its very nature, because it does. If everybody's included, then you don't have to keep telling everybody that. But people who are brought up in this country to believe certain things no longer can. They have their beliefs challenged. But people who believe the opposite have their beliefs, shall we say, more projected in our society today. And again, what you do when you're not at my job, I've owned a couple businesses in town since I've been here. I never really cared what people did as long as they could do the job. As long as they can come in and fix that computer, whatever the case may be, I didn't really care what they did. I didn't. I don't care. Okay. But I was looking at a thing last night, a guy who sat there as a woman. But I know he's obviously a guy. I mean, he's obviously a guy. Now, again, I don't really care if you want to look kind of strange, that's fine. But God made, so what they're telling us is that all our belief systems, all our education, all of our experiences in life that have got us to this point where we are now, they no longer matter because of political considerations. We all took biology in school. We all know the difference between male and female. At least most of us do. I'm reading the paper yesterday in California. They have 156 pronouns now. Listen, I don't know where you get them from, but they got them. Okay, listen, whatever you want to call yourself, that's cool. But who gives you the right to change what is naturally known? I mean, who gives you the right, because you feel a little different, that we must change our whole construct of a society to please a few individuals? Okay, so we can be inclusive. Don't we as individuals have a right to be to hold on to the things that we believe are true, reasonable, and logical? Don't we have that right to hold on to them? Okay, God made, now if you don't believe in God, I apologize for that, but God made two genders. I mean, there's only two. In every species on this earth, there are only two. Okay, except the starfish and a couple other species can procreate without the help of another starfish. I haven't figured that one out yet, but God knows what he was doing. Okay, so I'm just saying, you're trying to tell us to believe things. I listen. I believe that if you show up for work and you do your job, what you do is what you do. Okay, off clock, that's your time. You do what you want to do. But we do live in a reasonable world, and a world that was constructed with a natural order. So so what DEI is doing, as far as I'm concerned, is trying to take that order, reconstruct it, take it apart, and try to put it back together the way you want it. Nature has a way, whether you believe it or not, nature has a way of correcting our wrongs. It just does. It has a way of correcting our wrongs. We can try to take water and do all kinds of things with it, but at the end of the day, it's still water. You can turn water into ice, but it's still water. It's just water that's frozen. It's still water. You can boil it. Even when it leaves after the bubbles pop, it's still water. I'm just saying. So it's one of those discussions that nobody really wants to have, because one side seems to have the ability to have the discussion, and the other side doesn't seem to be able to get their point across. Okay, get their point across. So basically, what we are doing, we are dividing our country even worse than it was, even worse, because one side gets all the accolades, one side gets all the say, while the other side doesn't really get to say much, because we are trying to redefine what normal is. What is normal? Normal, I think, if I had to define it, given a particular group, given a particular environment, these are the things that most people would do. Okay, these are the things that most people would do given the right. In other words, if you're going 50, if the speed limit says 70 miles an hour, normally there are people who would go 80 or 90 miles an hour. In that scenario, we would say that those people are abnormal. Okay, do they have a right to go 90? Sure do. But they also have a right for the consequences to go along when you skid that car off the road and you kill yourself. Okay, so we have that too. So what is normal? Well, I think normal, most of the time you don't have to embrace normal. What you have to embrace is abnormal. And when things are abnormal, that means they are unusual. We know these things from our mind, from our education, from our basic intellect. We know these things. Okay. So you don't have to define to me what abnormal is. Instinctively, I know what it is. Okay. If I see an 8-foot guy, that's kind of abnormal. That's kind of, I mean, you don't have to say it. People, by looking at him, know at 8 feet he is abnormal. Okay, but he deserves the same rights as everybody else get, and we'll just be looking at him. Like King Kamehameha in Hawaii. They say King Kamehameha was 8 foot tall. Now, I didn't see the brother. I lived over there for a little while. I didn't see King Kamehameha, but I did see a statue of him. And if that statue was 8 feet, King Kamehameha was a big brother. I mean, he was a tall brother and strong. Say he used to take people by their legs and flip them and rip them apart. I don't know if that's true or not. That's just what they used to say in Hawaii. I don't know. That's the way it goes. But anyway, 860-14. See, we all had to deal with this DEI stuff, but nobody has a conversation about it. Yeah, nobody has a conversation. So I thought I would try today, but obviously there aren't people who not that interested in it. But it's affecting everything we do in America now. I mean, seriously, we got people joining the military just so they can get their sex change, not to go to college like it used to be, not to serve your country, but you can get a free sex change. I mean, does anybody believe that's what the military is for? I mean, the military is to protect America against its enemies, foreign and domestic. That's our job. That's what we get paid to do. But now we're using it as a social construct. Okay. So anyway, I just wondered, but since you guys don't want to talk about it, I'll just leave it alone. You know, I just find it. I find it somewhat. It is politically. I understand. You know, you're not supposed to hurt people's feelings anymore and all that. So okay, so be it. But anyway, I just one more thing, then I'm gonna be done. I'm sitting in Walmart the other day, and I'm hearing a conversation by a guy who teaches at one of our local schools. I won't mention the local school, not at the moment, until I've talked to a couple of school board members about this. They don't know. So I'm not going to bring the school up right now until I get some confirmation. But I'm sitting in the Walmart the other day, and a guy is complaining. Now, the way he was talking, I thought he was talking about some school, you know, up in California someplace. No. He's talking about a local school here lets young men come to school with dresses on. Okay, wait a minute. They come to school with dresses on. And I said, really? So, really? He said, yes. And he was kind of perturbed about it. So we got young men. I'm not going to name the school yet until I'm absolutely convinced that it's true. But they come to school with, they wear the uniform, but they wear the girl's skirt to school. Okay, and I'm saying to myself, really? Now, is that normal by any stretch of the imagination? No, it isn't. One of our schools. So I called a couple of our school board members just to see if this story was true. So far, I haven't had confirmation one way or the other on this particular story. But I'm going to find out today if it's true. I'll report back tomorrow. But anyway, so we're turning our schools upside down. We're turning everything we know as normal in this country like somebody. In other words, the normal people are doing things wrong because there are a few abnormal people who want to do things their way. Okay, right on. So I'll let you know about the school. But I'm sitting the other day and I'm just listening to this guy go on, and I said he can't be talking about a school in Montgomery, Alabama. But he was talking about a school here in Montgomery, Alabama, and we wonder why our test scores are low. Why we can't see? Why we got 14 schools? We got the most schools in Alabama, at least according to them, with the lowest test scores, okay, on reading and writing than any other county, and we are allowing people to come to school with dresses on. Okay, interrupting. Now somebody just texted, well, that's been happening forever. Well, I didn't know that. My son went to this particular school. I never seen. I used to go up there all the time. I didn't see any boys over there with dresses on. I didn't see that. So when you say it's been going on forever, that's not true. Okay, but at the end of the day, is that a reasonable thing to do? Okay, I mean, seriously. So have we become a nation, a city, and a county that we are willing to accept any kind of behavior for a political reason? Okay, so I personally don't know. I've never seen that going on in a school where boys come to school with dresses on, with girls' skirts on. So hey, that is just me. Okay, the guy said you don't know anything. Actually, he used another word. Well, personally, I don't think many people know that we got kids come to school, boys come to school with dresses on. I don't believe that most people in this city know that, if it's true. So don't tell me what I don't know. I was just as surprised. And this guy, and I checked him out. He actually, he legitimately was a person who worked someplace in the school system. So he knew what he was talking about. And he couldn't understand why. I don't work for the school system. Couldn't understand why boys were coming to school with dresses on. I can't understand it either. But hey, yeah, that's the way it goes. Okay. And somebody said, I'm a lie. Well, I've never known it to happen. And no wonder we can't seem to teach our kids things because we spend too much time teaching them other things, like how to be weird. Let's take a break, and we'll be back. And I do have some other things to talk about too. I just thought I would try this. See, you can't have a really serious conversation unless it's about color or something like that. Then everybody want to get on about what happened in 1953. But this is an important issue. It is tearing our country apart. Okay, it really is. It's tearing our country apart, and we don't really know what to do about it. We'll be back.
Another language in just 15 minutes a day. Babbel's bite-sized lessons will have you learning another language in as little as 3 weeks.
Babbel gets you speaking quickly about things you actually talk about in the real world.
University studies have shown that using Babbel for 15 hours is equivalent to a semester of college Spanish. If you want to learn a new language, there's no better way than Babbel. Go to Babbel.com to try Babbel for free. That's BABBEL.com.
Come fix my home, dear Bradley. Come fix my home. I need you right away. My closet's leaking. There's water on the floor. Can't take it one more day. Come fix my home, dear Bradley. Come fix my home. I know you won't be late. For one flat rate price, I know it will be right. Dear Bradley, won't you please fix my home? Come fix my home, dear Bradley. Come fix my home. I know you won't be late. For one flat rate price, I know it will be right. Dear Bradley, won't you please fix my home?
My wife and I I enjoyed a wonderful dinner last week with friends we hadn't seen in a long time. The next day, we received a handwritten note which they delivered to our mailbox, letting us know how much they had enjoyed our dinner together, along with an article that we had discussed. You know, in today's high-tech, low-touch world, it's refreshing to get a thoughtful handwritten note once in a while. It's enough to inspire me to get started. To learn more, check us out at DNSrevolution.net.
Hi, I'm Dr. Shelley Blades with today's tip for kids from the American Academy of Pediatrics. Food additives can harm children's development and raise the risk of obesity. To lower the risks, choose fresh fruits and vegetables when you can and avoid processed meats. Don't put plastic in the microwave because heat can cause chemicals to leak into your food. When cooking or serving hot foods, use glass or ceramic dishes. For more on keeping your child healthy, talk with your pediatrician or visit healthychildren.org.
John, finances, everything's so crazy. I just want to be in control. Sam, I can't.
Sam is Smart About Money, a free online resource from the nonprofit National Endowment for Financial Education. Get empowered to reach your financial goals. Visit samruncaring.org.
Don't miss Sean Hannity.
Biden incoherently adheres
Live this afternoon at 2 p.m. on News Radio 1440.
Okay, we're back. 860-1440. Well, I guess nobody wants to talk about that kind of stuff, so I'm gonna guess I'll leave that alone. We want to talk about you know, our normal menu of items right about this one. But again, I got a texter who tells me that this has been going on a long time in school, and I've never seen it. I mean, because I'd look like hell. All of them were crazy. If that's the case is where we are, I don't know. I mean, if you're a parent and you seen your boy to school with a dress on, I don't know what to say about you. Hey, but they say it's been going on a long time. So I guess that's why we can't. I guess why we suck so bad on testing and delivering the information to these kids so they can pass the test. We're too busy allowing them to do things that have nothing to do with school. That's just me, I guess. 860-1440 is the number you want to give us a call or talk to whatever on your mind. The governor the other day, since I can't get you guys engaged in a conversation about this, and it's really important, but if you guys don't realize it, sorry about that. But there was an old saying when they came for the Indian, I was an Indian, so I didn't worry about it. When it came for everybody over 6 feet, I wasn't over 6 feet, and I didn't worry about it. And all of a sudden, I looked around with nobody left but me. Guess what? They're coming for you too. 860-1440 is the number you want to give us a call up, talking whatever on your mind. Now, evidently, the governor has called a pause in executions after the death chamber mishap. Now, I'm trying to figure out which pause is she talking about. Is she talking about the court-ordered pause, or what's happening in the prisons between inmates? I mean, I hope we would kind of call a pause to all of them where people end up dying. Advocacy groups and death penalty experts are praising Governor Kay Ivey's push to suspend executions in Alabama. You tell those 35 people that died in Alabama prisons, just one prison earlier this year, last month. So I'm just saying, so which executions are we talking about? Are we talking about the one in the gurney, or are we talking about the ones that are happening in our prisons? Which one she calling the pause to? Because it doesn't, I mean, I just want to know, I just make sure I got to get this straight, okay? Even if it's just give the state time to review a process that resulted in 2 failed executions in 2 months. Well, other people made up for it. Ivey sought to pause to allow time for Alabama Department of Correction to conduct a top-to-bottom review. Well, I think Alabama Department of Correction needs to also perform a top-to-bottom review about their security in their prisons and how people can go to jail and get killed, go to prison and get killed. I just want, and if that means until they get a hand on this, everybody just stays in their cell. I mean, at least you're alive. It seemed like to me that we're not really slowing that down very much. Now, fortunately, over the weekend, I didn't hear anybody getting killed in Alabama's prison. Okay, so I'm just saying, I'm just trying to, which executions is she trying to put a stop to? The ones that self-inflicted, or the ones inflicted by the state. Either way it goes, they both need a. We need to stop. I used to believe in the death penalty. I just don't. It doesn't stop people. Most people do passions of crime. Crimes are passion anyway. It doesn't really stop people. And again, I'm thinking, so somebody killed somebody. We killed somebody that killed somebody because they killed somebody, and so we killed them because they killed somebody. The logic in that doesn't make. I realize emotionally and impulsively, you kind of want to get rid of people who do bad things. I got that part. But if they're locked up in prison, I mean, listen, what you're going to do? They're there. Okay, I'm just saying. I just don't. I don't think the death penalty has the. I don't think it's the stimuli that we're looking for when it comes to crime. I just don't think it stops. And not only that, once you go to prison, you get 20 years, 20 or 30 years before they put you to death anyway. So after all that time, you almost forgot why you're in prison. Okay, yeah, that's just my saying over it anyway. Here's something that I've asked people about and I asked police about that happened over the weekend in Shorter. Somebody, a civilian, I think, hit there was an accident between I guess a emergency vehicle and a civilian. And did you guys know that when a ambulance or police car got its lights on, no matter which side of the road you're on, you're supposed to pull off to the right? Did you guys know that? See, I thought it was only on the side of the road that I was on, but that's not true. You're supposed to pull off. You're supposed to go to the right unless it's a move over. Unless it's a move over thing. But you're supposed to go to the right. If you see an ambulance or police car, you pull over to the right no matter which side of the road you're on. Just in case y'all didn't know that. Good morning. Who's this? Yeah. Although I didn't pay much attention that you're supposed to pull off to the right no matter which side of the road you're on. Both sides. Right. Did you see me the other day? that was me, brother. Right. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't. Yeah, but it doesn't. Oh yeah, they yeah, they cut your head off and call it a day. Yeah, that's what they do. No, no. Huh? Oh, so that's what that was all about. Okay. All right. Something. Yeah, something got fixed. Yeah. All right, man. Appreciate it. A grand jury indicts Representative Perry Hooper Jr. on sex abuse charges. That's my buddy. Again, I'm holding judgment until after the trial. I don't know what the hell happened, but I don't want people to think I didn't mention it because that's my buddy. I like him. Yeah, If convicted, he could face a maximum of 10 years in prison and a $15,000 fine for the charge. Of course, Perry Hooper was arrested in late August and charged with connected to an incident at a restaurant on Commerce Street. The night of August 16th, he was booked into the Montgomery County Jail, released August 23rd on a $15,000 bond. So, hope he gets out of that thing. I hope it was just a misunderstanding, and she took it the wrong way. I'm hoping. I mean, I know Perry. I don't know him that good. We don't hang out anything like that, but I'm just saying, he probably don't want to come in there and talk about it. No way. Montgomery. Oh, I gotta go, and then we'll be back. Uno momento. Okay, so.
1440.
Good morning, I'm Catherine Williams with WSFA 12 News. Here's what's happening this Monday. This morning, first responders are reminding drivers about the state's move over law. This reminder comes after a shorter volunteer fire department truck was hit while responding to an accident on I-85 Wednesday. Alabama's move over law requires motorists to move out of the lane closest to an emergency vehicle. A Montgomery High School student has been given the opportunity of a lifetime to perform at Carnegie Hall in New York. Now a junior at Booker T. Washington Magnet High School, Kaylin Miles auditioned for the spot, and out of 10,000 applicants, she was selected. Mark your calendars for December 9th for the WSFA 12 News annual 12-day of giving. We'll be collecting food, money, and toys from the Montgomery Area Food Bank, Toys for Tots, and Christmas Clearinghouse. Come see us December 9th at Rank Road Market and East Shades. I'm Jasmine Williams, and these are your morning headlines.
WLWI-AM is News Radio 1440, also heard on 95.1 HD3 FM in Montgomery, a Cumulus media station.
This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Liberty Mutual Insurance.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. It's confirmed air travel is back post-pandemic. The TSA says it screened more than 2.5 million passengers yesterday. That's the highest number since December of 2019. Yesterday's weather-related issues are clearing up at the airports. Correspondent Chris Van Cleve is at Reagan National.
The lines were very long this morning, but they are moving, and that is a good sign. The airlines knew that storm was coming. They planned for it for days, and were able to avoid the mass cancellations that we saw over the summer. Still, if you were flying through D.C., New York, or Chicago, you likely left late. We're talking about thousands of delays.
A pilot and a passenger are in serious condition after their small plane flew into high-voltage power lines in Gaithersburg, Maryland, stunning people who live nearby.
We seen the flash of light from the bedroom window, and I thought it was lightning at first, and then just heard the pow, and then we came out here and seen the plane.
Crews worked gingerly for more than 6 hours to make the rescue. Officials say it could take days to get the plane down. Most of the 120,000 customers who lost power have it back now. Local schools are closed. The 19-year-old white gunman who killed 10 people at a supermarket in a black neighborhood in Buffalo, New York, is expected to plead guilty today to state charges of domestic terrorism and hate crimes. Attorney John Elmore represents some of the victims' families.
When you look at the number of people that were killed cold-blooded, the defense lawyers don't have a lot of chips to play. This may be the only card that they have in their hand in pleading for his life.
Gunman does face separate federal hate crime charges that could carry a death sentence. An unusual sight in China. Protesters jamming the streets demanding Xi Jinping resign over his zero COVID policy.
I'm Stephen Portnoy. A White House spokesperson says it has been and would be very difficult for China to contain the virus through its zero COVID strategy. Backing the rights of peaceful protesters, the Biden administration says it is focused on what works in preventing COVID spread, including the use of vaccines and boosters. Beijing has refused to adopt the vaccines Americans have taken in favor of shots made in China that have proven less effective.
Merriam-Webster's word of the year, gaslighting.
Peter Sokolowski is Webster's editor-at-large.
What we're looking for the word of the year is the words that are looked up in 2022 that were not looked up in large numbers in earlier years.
Gaslighting is defined as psychological manipulation over an extended period of time that causes the victim to question the validity of their own thoughts, perception of reality, or memories. Jim Crisula, CBS News.
This is CBS News.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance, so you only pay for what you need. Visit libertymutual.com to learn more.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that's MediShare. Maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for healthcare can save the typical family $500 a month, and that's huge, but it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The customer satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. MediShare works. It's been around for more than a quarter century, and members have shared more than $3 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. Very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. 866-88-BIBLE. That's 866-88-BIBLE. 866-88-BIBLE.
High prices aren't keeping Americans from a treasured tradition. Cut your own Christmas trees. I checked out the traffic at a farm in upstate New York.
It was insane yesterday.
Fred Battenfeld is racking up higher sales this year than last at his Christmas tree farm in Red Hook, New York, despite inflation.
Have you had to raise your prices?
Oh yeah, we raised our 10 to 20%. It's because taxes are up, labor cost is up, fuel cost is up.
That puts last year's average of $75 for a tree at $85 or $90. Still, horse-drawn wagon rides are full of smiling children. Hills are dotted with families armed with handsaws.
And
Santa is a very busy guy.
Yeah, I went through 2 boxes of candy canes.
Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Men, are you having performance issues in the bedroom? Is erectile dysfunction affecting your confidence and self-esteem? Is your relationship being impaired? If ED is a problem in your life, maybe it's time to make the last time you had bad sex the last time you'll have bad sex. At Montgomery Men's Health, we successfully treated many men in the area for ED and given them back their confidence, their positivity, and in many cases, helped their relationships. Our expertise is second to none, and our practice is staffed by quality medical professionals. Beyond this, the treatment techniques have proven success rates as high as 90%. And unlike online pharmacies that just sell pills, or wave clinics that only offer one treatment option, we have a variety of treatment protocols, including acoustic wave therapy. We found that sometimes a combination of therapies works best, and a one-size-fits-all approach can't get you there. So make the call. Your initial appointment is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. Call 334-440-3663 or go to MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com.
You're like most Americans. You can see things are out of control. Global problems have local consequences. Too many of them. And if the next news headline spins us into chaos, you better be ready. Grocery store supply chains are only as strong as their weakest link. Don't wait for them to break. Today is the day to secure emergency food for everyone in your family. My Patriot Supply is America's largest preparedness company. Our specially packaged and delicious food stays fresh for up to 25 years in storage. It'll be there when you need it. Go to mypatriotsupply.com and pick up several emergency food kits. There are a dozen different sizes that average over 2,000 calories per day. As we all know, calories equals energy equals survival. And as you'd expect from a true preparedness company, our food kits are in stock and ship quickly. Those who know what's coming are preparing today. Go to mypatriotsupply.com. mypatriotsupply.com.
Managing your online presence takes time, effort, and expertise. It can overwhelm even the savviest business owner. So, meet Cumulus Boost. We're experts at boosting the online presence for businesses of every type. We make sure potential customers can easily find you and really like what they find. Your website, online listings, consumer reviews, and more. Cumulus Boost. Online at cumulusboost.com. CUMULUS Boost.com.
peoplebygov.com.
Have you heard? A recent stash of 1904 Morgan silver dollar coins has been found. These gorgeous 1904 silver dollar coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck. This is a key date for silver dollar collectors, and only a limited quantity are available. Coin experts are calling this an amazing opportunity for anyone interested in silver coins. Just call government at 1-800-386-7195, and you are guaranteed a mint condition 1904 old Morgan silver dollar featuring the iconic old mint mark of the New Orleans Mint, the final year of production. But with limited quantity, you must call now. These 1904 old silver coins are still in uncirculated condition. That is 117 years of history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-800-386-7195. Call now and you will receive a free American Coin Collectors Bonus Package, a $25 value, free with every order. Call 1-800-386-7195 now to secure your 1904 old Morgan silver dollars before they sell out. That's 1-800-386-7195.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
So right now may be the perfect time for you to rethink how you pay for health care. And here's why. Not only is it open enrollment for a lot of people, it's also a time you can join MediShare and save even more than usual. And it's true, the typical family switching to MediShare saves $500 or more a month, which is obviously huge for a lot of people, but what's more, they like it. MediShare has double the customer satisfaction rate compared to health insurance. There are 400,000 members. They've shared over $4 billion in medical bills, and it really is a great community too. People encourage and pray for each other. And here's the thing: if you join MediShare Complete right now, they'll waive your new member fees, and you'll save an additional 10% off all of 2023. That's right, no fee to join, 10% off every month of next year. But it's a very limited time offer. You have to sign up before December 31st. Great savings, great health care. Find out more. Call now. 844-53-BIBLE. That's 844-53-BIBLE. 844-53-BIBLE.
Telling it like it really is. It's the Dan Bongino Show. Weekdays from 11 to 2 on News Radio 1440.
Okay, we're back. 860-1440 number here. You want to give us a call up and talk to you? You know, something else happened. Was that last week? When all the folks on the Montgomery Board of Education, the new members were sworn in and the old members got to keep their seat. So that was good. That was good. So let me see now. Who's on the new Board of Education? Let's see. We got Pamela Portis was sworn in. I need to talk to her too, see what she's all about. And if she knows anything about these boys coming to school with girls' dresses on, we see if she knows anything about that. Let me see now. We got Brenda Coleman back for another term. Dr. Lisa Keith back for another term. Now, one of these other guys or one of these other people got to call them doctor too. I think they got a specialized education PhD or whatever the hell it is. You got to get. I don't want anybody saying you're being racist. Okay, now one of these. But Dr. Lisa Keith, I think either Brenda Coleman or one of these guys got a PhD in something. Anyway, I'll get to that when I get to it. Okay, who's next? Claudia Mitchell is back. Okay. Let me see who else is back. Let me see now. Let me see who else is back. Okay. Well, come on. Where's everybody at? I got people in this. Okay. Well, I guess everybody. They didn't get a picture of everybody on. Oh, well, here's one. Okay. Now that's her too. Oh, well, hey, I know there's some more, but I can't think of who they are. Now, my good friend didn't make it, who I really wish she would have made it. What's her name? Farrah. I can't pronounce her name, but I think she would have made an outstanding school board member. She seemed to have sense like I have about just a reasonable approach to reasonable problems. It just seemed like to me that she would have. Anyway, 860-1440 is the number here. First of all, let me tell you about the sponsor of our show this hour, which is JL Lane Truck and Auto. JL Lane Truck and Auto. So they got online inventory. You go to JL Lane Truck and Auto right now, and you will find their inventory online. Okay. All the cars, not just some of them, all the cars have been cleaned and cleared of all known issues and have passed a rigorous and vigorous inspection process. You can guarantee these cars have been checked out. So if you're ready to ride, Go to 208 Gun Road, or you can go to the website, jllanetruckandauto.com. Look at the inventory. Give them a call on the phone, 272-4313. That's 272-4313. That's a landline. You can't be texting it, okay? And if they don't have it, a good man over there named Steve can probably look out for you and get it. That number again, 272-4313 is the number. Okay? Give him a call. He'll hook you up. Good morning. Who's this? Good morning, Ed. I'm doing fine. Yeah. Well, again, I've heard the same rumors. But well, but let me ask you something. We've started the process. Uh, do we just stop it? Well, I don't know. I don't know about that, but now so who's not going to pay any sales tax or any tax on it? Well, I mean, we're talking about if what you say is true, and we're talking about 10%. Yeah. But now we live in a town. Listen, we live. Wait. I just said, but listen, we live in a town of a. Yeah, but listen, we live in a town of 100 something thousand people. Everybody here damn near related to somebody. I mean, I don't. Well, I don't know, but if this, if okay, let me write this down. Right. Well, Sankey will come on too. Yeah. So can you is it the right? So the source of your information, would it be somebody whose name I'd read? I don't. I don't want you to tell me who. Okay. So the credentials are impeccable, and you trust the information. Okay. All right. Well, I think there is a point where you get so far in to if they dropped it right, if they dropped it right now, if they say, okay, forget it, it costs too much money, forget it. What do we do with the money we've already invested? Yeah. Well, they. Yeah, that's another story in itself. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, yeah. Well, the whole levitate thing, I'm convinced. I mean, that one gets me because so all these months, going a couple of years now, we paying $42,000 a month. So you can tell me what it says. I just and what about the since we on the subject? What about the ARPA money? I mean, is anybody ever going to start? Is anybody ever? is anybody ever going to start any projects around here? And by the time they get ready to start it, Levitate have most of the money. Mm. Yeah, the only people that can answer these questions, I'll do my best to get some because I think Miss Dan Harris hasn't really ever come on the air much. Rhonda comes on periodically on the phone when somebody calls her besides me. I guess I think then because this is a combined project. Okay. Now somebody just told me from the city. They said the water park project is a county project, not a city project. All of the money to pay for it comes from the county so far. So, well, okay. Mm. All right. Okay. Well, I appreciate. I like to look at it because I thought the city was somewhat involved too. But yeah. Well, okay. Okay. All right. Appreciate it. All right then. Well, it's always good to find things out that you didn't know. I really haven't paid much attention to the park thing. Listen, I like water, but I don't like playing on it. So I didn't really get off on it. But I did think it was a city and a county effort. Anyway. All right, well, somebody's got to answer up, I guess, and ask some of these people's questions. So we'll see if we can get them on. Let's take a break. It is 8:21 in the morning, right here on News Radio 1440.
Watch traffic. Brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Blindster.com. Want to save 50% on new blinds? Blindster offers custom-made blinds, shades, and shutters shipped to you at prices less than big box retailers. And right now, save 50% off any order during Blindster's Cyber Monday sale. Hurry, sale ends December 1st. Blindster.com.
Good morning, Montgomery. Right now, things are still looking good. Nothing's being reported by the authorities that would send anyone on an alternate route. Interstate system's moving smoothly. You keep listening, and we'll keep you posted with the latest and the most accurate traffic conditions on the radio. Christmas shopping is here at Premier Place. Shop Big Lots, Burt's Outlet, Michael's, GameStop, Lindmark, and more. Premier Place in Prattville, another great McClinton and Company development. Buckle up, it's the law. From Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, this is Major Delay.
Turn up your radio. Here's the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
If Republicans stick together, they came out, they ran on their commitments to America. If they want to make America more safe and secure and fund our police, move forward with all of those plans of action. Run with your positive agenda. Get America to energy independence. Vote for that. Vote for control of our borders. Vote for law and order and safety and security. Vote to get rid of the insanity of no bail laws. Vote to have classical educational opportunities for kids in every town, every city, every school. I mean, stick to the basics. Believe in a foreign policy of peace through strength. All of that will be done, but that's not going to be the agenda that gets passed ultimately by the president, because he's not going to have any part of it.
Check out the Sean Hannity radio show later today, right here.
This Cyber Monday, treat yourself to a gift that you will use and love every day with brand new custom window treatments from Blinds.com. Save up to 50% off everything during their Cyber Monday sale. Now, Blinds.com, they make it simple and easy to customize beautiful blinds and drapes and shutters. Now, they even have my favorite motorized shades. And shop at Blinds.com for the Cyber Monday sale now through November the 30th, and save up to 50% off site-wide plus big doorbusters, up to 50% off everything at Blinds.com. Rules and restrictions may apply.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
This is Mike Costanza with Chappie's Deli. And Jeff Branco with Chappie's Deli. Mike, let's talk soup. Our homemade chicken and rice soup.
Miss Dolly's recipe. It's so good. Anytime, but especially when the weather changes.
People come and buy it by the quart when it's cold outside.
And chicken and rice soup comboed with a sandwich can't be beat.
And it has magical healing properties.
Whoa, Jeff, you can't say that on the radio.
But Gramps, when we were sick, my Nina would make a batch, and we were fine in no time. Shoot, it will cure anything.
Jeff, you can't say that either.
How about it almost works like magic and almost cures anything?
Jeff.
But it worked. Every time she made it, it worked. I promise.
Come to any Chappie's Deli location and get Miss Dolly's homemade chicken and rice soup.
It's a magic elixir.
Get your magic elixir, aka Miss Dolly's homemade chicken and rice soup at Chappie's Deli, Berry Hill, Prattville, Peppertree, Baptist South Tower, and Auburn.
Hi, I'm Dr. Shelley Place with today's tip for kids from the American Academy of Pediatrics. Food additives can harm children's development and raise the risk of obesity. To lower the risks, choose fresh fruits and vegetables when you can and avoid processed meats. Don't put plastic in the microwave because heat can cause chemicals to leak into your food. When cooking or serving hot foods, use glass or ceramic dishes. For more on keeping your child healthy, talk with your pediatrician or visit healthychildren.org.
I got smart about mortgages. Now it's my house I go home to.
I got smart about credit cards. Now paper or plastic has a whole new meaning. When it comes to your money, whatever you want to get smart about, you can find it at smartaboutmoney.org. Smartaboutmoney.org is a free online resource from the National Endowment for Financial Education. We're an independent nonprofit foundation dedicated to helping people just like you get sound information about money. Smartaboutmoney.org. It's the easy place to start when you want to get smart.
Telling it like it really is.
That's the fact, Jack.
It's the Dan Bongino Show, weekdays from 11 to 2 on News Radio 1440.
Okay, we're back. Well, I guess we're going to have to reach out and talk. Some more information about the city. The county took a bond out, not the city. City only gave the land that the project is being built on. So that's the word I'm getting from the head shed. So the city gave the land, but the bond issue was from the county. I don't normally get into the minutia of all that kind of stuff, but I don't understand bonds anyway. I mean, it's like, I guess it's like a promise to pay money, I guess. So it said, so the city has no involvement, but the council had to approve the funding agreement. Pretty funny stuff. Somebody said, Well, if what funding agreement would they need? They're just donating the land. That's just a question I have to ask there. Good morning. Turn your radio down or whatever that is. Yes. So who owns the park if it gets finished? Who owns it? It's supposed to make money. Well, of course, I wouldn't know that, of course, but I, no, it's not Doug. It's not Doug. Well, I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna see if I can get somebody on tomorrow to answer some of these questions. Well, I don't know. How am I supposed to know? One lie sound like the other one. Well, again, I'm not. I don't divulge my. Yeah. Again, I'm gonna see. I'm gonna see if I can get to my own today because you guys have questions. So we. I don't know. Yeah. Again, I'll see if I can get somebody to come on. I don't know. I do not know. We'll see if we can get somebody to come on. Appreciate it. Good morning. Yes. Yeah. Okay. We do seem to whine about a lot of things, though. I understand, but what we do. So do we ever? Do we? How do we move the city forward? I don't know. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. Well, we don't say anybody's stealing money. Yeah. Well, again, you know, if I see anything wrong here, it is this. Well, let me answer. If I see anything wrong here, when they put in for the job, they woefully underbid with the intention on taking up the process by overruns. That's yeah. I mean, that's the only thing I can see. That's what I see. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well. Well, first of all, though, we got to see if anybody involved in our government did anything wrong. It seemed like to me it was. Well, no, they told me. Okay, well, again, right, but the people who put in for this said this we gonna do it for this much, and then all of a sudden now it's way over what they said. If I see an issue here, they underbid. No, no, not at all. Yeah, yeah, okay. Well, I'm gonna call Doug and see if Doug want to come on, and he is. Well, wait a minute. But Doug was not. Hold on, wait a minute. Yeah, but Doug was not the chairman when this thing came up. I got covered up. That was from the. Okay. Well, I'll call I'll call all the members of the county commission and see if anybody wants to come on and address. All right. Yeah. I'll do the best I can. We'll be back.
Weather forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Blindster.com. Want to save 50% on new blinds? Blindster offers custom-made blinds, shades, and shutters shipped to you at prices less than big box retailers. And right now, save 50% off any order during Blindster's Cyber Monday sale. Hurry, sale ends December 1st. Blindster.com.
Ample sunshine for your Monday, and the wind will be much lighter than it was yesterday. Temperatures up to about 66 degrees. A really nice start to the work week here. Heading into tonight, we are quiet, lows in the mid to upper 40s. And Tuesday, things will start to change. We'll have some afternoon and evening scattered showers, a few thunderstorms. Some of the storms could be strong, but our main threat of rain comes Tuesday night into the first half of Wednesday. Some storms mixed in, and there is a level 1 risk of a few severe storms. That's your first alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Right now, things are still looking good. Nothing's being reported by the authorities that would send anyone on an alternate route. Interstate system's moving smoothly. You keep listening, and we'll keep you posted with the latest and the most accurate traffic conditions on the radio. Christmas shopping is here at Premier Place. Shop Big Lots, Burke's Outlet, Michael's, GameStop, Lindmark, and more. Premier Place in Prattville, another great McClinton and Company development. Buckle up, it's the law. From Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, this is Major Delay.
PaidForByGovernment.com. Have you heard? A recent stash of 1904 Morgan silver dollar coins has been found. These gorgeous 1904 O silver dollar coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck. This is a key date for silver dollar collectors, and only a limited quantity are available. Coin experts are calling this an amazing opportunity for anyone interested in silver coins. Just call government at 1-800-386-7195, and you are guaranteed a mint condition 1904 O Morgan silver dollar featuring the iconic O mint mark of the New Orleans Mint. A final year of production, but with limited quantity, you must call now. These 1904 O silver coins are still in uncirculated condition. That is 117 years of history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-800-386-7195. Call now and you'll receive a free American Coin Collectors bonus package, a $25 value, free with every order. Call 1-800-386-7195 now to secure your 1904 O Morgan silver dollars before they sell out. That's 1-800-386-7195.
You wash your hands, you brush your teeth, but what about the nose? How do you clean your nose? With Navage. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, flushing out allergens, mucus, and germs. And it's why cleaning your nose, the body's air filter, is the next evolution in daily personal hygiene. People try Navage for lots of reasons: sinusitis, colds, allergies, snoring, things that make it hard to breathe through your nose. But over time, they find that cleaning their nose makes them feel better, a lot better. Over 3 million Navage users have written more than 100,000 reviews, averaging 4.7 stars, saying, "Best product I've ever used," and "Amazing, I love my Navage." Navage helps you breathe better, sleep deeper, and snore less. But the biggest payoff is improved health. Navage is good personal hygiene and can help you stay healthy. At Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
I love being a part of the Action Team. It helps me help other people. It helps me feel good.
Resolution number 228, 2019. Where's the Montgomery County Cooperative District was formed to acquire, construct, equip, and operate whitewater rafting
realize how
efficient
much you can
facilities
change someone's life. It's one of the best things in the world.
Just that simple act that takes 5 or 10 minutes of your time is making a difference and is transforming someone else's life.
All-star Giancarlo Stanton and Chris Capuano join Action Team captains to make a difference in their communities. And you can too.
Just try it. Just go to one event, one Action Team event.
If we all show up together, that's what it's all about. It's not just one person, it's a group, it's a team.
It's been incredibly rewarding for me. It'll just make you feel so good about yourself.
I'd do anything to convince you just to be a part of this.
For more information, go to actionteam.org.
My job, finances, it's so crazy. I just want to be in control. With Sam, I can.
Sam is Smart About Money, a free online resource from the nonprofit National Endowment for Financial Education. Get empowered. Reach your financial goals. Visit sam.can.org.
He is the voice of the conservative millennial. Ben Shapiro. Ben Shapiro Show, Monday night at 8 p.m. on News Radio 1440. Depend on it.
All right, said the blind man. All right. Okay, we're back. 860-1440 is the number here. When you called up, talk to you. It's ever on your mind this morning. I wasn't planning on going here today, but since we want to go there, okay. We'll talk a little bit about the Whitewater Park and or if it ever come to fruition. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. Oh. Well, I guess we were involved by the representation that voted for this. Well, okay, I'm trying to figure out they got a thing that said and this is a part of that resolution. It says the project will be developed in phases where the pursuant, that said, uh, the city desires to authorize and improve the city's execution and delivery of such other uh, ancillary documents, instruments, but they got something that the city, I was reading some of the district and city undertake the obligation described by the agreement. I just lost my spot, actually. Okay. But first, well, he's the chairman. Well, okay. Yeah, yeah. Well, that's true. Hmm. All righty then. Well, all righty then. You got. I don't know. I guess I don't know why I'm really not that worried about this. Again, I like the one thing in this resolution, which is number 228-2019. Whereas the Montgomery County Community Cooperative District, known as the district, was formed to acquire, construct, equip, and operate whitewater rafting and other recreational facilities, entertainment facilities, dining facilities, uh, retail facilities, and other related and additional facilities, collectively the project, located within the city of Montgomery, Alabama, the city, on certain property adjacent to Maxwell Air Force Base. But here's the interesting part right here. I think it's interesting. The city believes that the project will encourage and promote tourism and convention business and will generate substantial economic benefit to the city through the creation of jobs and the expansion of the city's tax base. The city has agreed to support the project and to provide a share of funding for the project to set forth in the funding agreement. So I guess the city is, it's called a resolution authorizing funding agreement for the city of Montgomery with the Montgomery County uh, Community Cooperative District. So I guess I don't know who sent me that text, but I guess they were wrong. So the city does have some financial responsibility according to this agreement. Uh, However, and I guess here's my thing. We want our city to grow. Now I don't know if anybody purposely undercut the what it would cost to build this thing. I don't know. It seemed like to me that somebody underbid. Okay, underbid. this thing, and now the cost overruns are tremendous. Now, the question I have to ask people, did we underbid it on purpose, knowing that we were going to we knowing that we didn't have enough money to build this thing, but we knew we could go back to the trough and get more money? Okay, so was the bidding process somewhat fraudulent? I think that's what you got to. I think that's the question in my mind that needs to be asked. Was the bidding process not genuine? Did they know that it was going to cost a whole lot more than what they bid, but they were given the contract, and somebody decided to give them the contract, and so that's the question I think on the whole thing. But we need something in this city that brings people here to want to stay here for a while. Besides lynching museums in the bad parts of Alabama, we need something else to bring people here too. And me personally, I ain't getting on no war, but I don't know. What do we want? I mean, we whine when we don't have it. We whine when we're trying to get it, and we whine when it closes. So, what is it that we do? We just bitch too much at Montgomery? I don't know. But did they underbid this on purpose, knowing it was going to cost more money? Good morning. Who's this? Yes. Well, I don't know that. Yeah. Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I don't have the ability. Wait a minute. I don't have the ability or knowledge or the money to know what the hell's going on anyway. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I understand. Yeah. Not really. They right. 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 Yeah. Yeah. I, yeah. Okay. Well. One thing about it though, hell, we seem to be complaining, but we do seem to be complaining about it more, and that's one of the reasons why people don't want to. I just think the only problem. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's true. Right, right, right. Yeah, yeah, I hear what you're saying. I got to go because I'm running out of time, but I hear you say about my protected zone. Good morning. Who's this? Yeah, your ears must be burning, brother. well, well, I am on the internet. You know, I'm all over the world. Yeah, yeah, I got you. Yeah, but evidently, some people say that this whole apparatus of this park is going to run about $90 million. And if that, in fact, if that, well, even if it's close to it, that's a whole lot more than they said they was going to cost. My thing is that did the people who say they wanted to build this thing for, did they truly underbid it just to get the bid, knowing that it was going to be overrun? I'm just asking the question. I said, so would that have been a time just to call it? Would that have been a time just to say forget it? Let me ask you something. Somebody mentioned this morning that any business that finally, if and when this thing comes to reality, the business owner won't be paying sales tax. Is that true? Well, that said the businesses over there won't have to pay sales tax. Okay. Okay. Are we not? Are you guys not? Yeah. Are you guys not then not doing a good enough job to get that information out to the public? Then we be working to pay taxes, so we don't have a chance to see the news often. You know? Right. Listen, the time is up. But when you guys get a chance, you need to come on with somebody from the city or somebody with you guys. Y'all can take a bunch of questions about this because we're never going to finish it up now. Okay. Anytime, we'll wait till you get back and tell my cousin in Naptown. I said hello. I got cousins. Yeah, I got cousins down there. They live in Carmel with the rich people. Bye.
WSFA 12 News Update on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, I'm Jasmine Williams with WSFA 12 News. Here's what's happening this Monday. This morning, first responders are reminding drivers about the state's Move Over law.
It's hard, but it's fair.
Volunteer fire department truck was hit while
So you got any meatloaf? Any dressing left? Okay. Yeah, it was all right.
Kaylin Miles auditioned for the spot, and out of 10,000 applicants, she was selected. Mark your calendars for December 9th for the WSFA 12 News annual 12th Day of Giving. We'll be collecting food, money,